Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is ArraySeven and I've got some general tips towards becoming a harrowing combat medic. The first tip is right in front of you. Payload Upward is by far the greatest combat medic map of all time, with Payload Frontier and King of the Hill Nucleus coming in second. There are plenty of side passages and tunnels that'll let you easily slip past the front line and catch players off guard. Also, being on the defending team is always the best. It can be done on offensive, but near the end all the opposing team are grouped up in one spot, which really isn't an ideal situation for any class. Syringes have an excellent spread, and the health regeneration from the Blutsauger makes it easy to determine if someone is there. I see the scout as he coats me in a questionably white liquid, and I see the soldier who's on higher ground, which in general is always good to avoid. Knowing your surroundings is important. The original intention was to circle around and take the scout on the cart from behind, but I see the pyro jumping into the gully and I change attention to the heavy. Now the funny thing about TF2 is that you can, for the most part, racially profile and predict what a player is going to do judging by the amount of cosmetics he has. This pyro that jumped off to the right wasn't wearing anything too extravagant, which means that he's most likely going to try and bake us both. Therefore, I heal the heavy so he can take him out for me while I stay safely away. The heavy is wearing a gibbous though, which means he probably has the same amount of effectiveness as a monkey with a Nerf gun, so unfortunately farming assists off of him is out. Getting Gerarded not only makes you easier to kill, but a bigger target for the enemy. Combat medics need to avoid drawing attention to themselves as much as possible. Spraying with the AIDS rifle can easily grant you a few extra health points and every now and then an arbitrary kill, which is useful because syringes are small and difficult to trace the source of, giving you a distinct advantage. Direct hit soldiers usually can't hit jack squat. The serpentine back and forth like a drunk guy running from the cops, and likely it is she'll never land a shot. Whenever you're out of needles, the bone saw serves two purposes: finishing them off or buying you time to reload. If there's no imminent threat and your health is low like this, just hide and wait for your health to regenerate. Now the Blutsauger is definitely the bane of every pyro. Manage to keep shots lined on them and your health will be replenished faster than they can drain it. I backpedal using the walls to judge how far I'm going so I don't fall off the cliff behind me. Both pyros go down, I get the health kit, and I'm on my merry way. The Bonesaw crits like Jesus, plain and simple. It's a one-shot kill for all but two classes, so don't let them take you by surprise. I see two direct hit soldiers and a sniper with an unusual. I'm not taking that chance, so I nope the fuck out of there. This pyro has a gibbous and a backburner, which usually means WM1. In this case, backpedal with an S motion, and likely it is, he won't be able to keep his syphilis spreader trained on you. This spot in general is a great ruse for surprise attacks. Just watch the way you came. It's crucial for a combat medic to pick his battles. There's a black box soldier and a sniper on the cart. Unless you get crits on the Blutsauger, you cannot counteract that amount of healing. Time to bail. A heavy on the cart is never a good thing. His attention is focused on everything around him. He's spinning up his gun, and he's being healed. Normally a fairly difficult fight. However, I notice he has a gibbous and pyrovision on, the holy grail of all new players. Therefore, I decide to roll the dice. I simply play a nice little game of ring around the rosy with the cart, and which happened to distract him long enough for a pyro to get within lethal range. Despite the medic, he still succumbs to death by pincushion. This spy had just decloaked, and including the crit, there's no need to worry about him being a dead ringer, which is so relieving. Healing as a combat medic is a common courtesy. Support your team. However, remember that there is work to be done, so be a mobile dispenser at best. Most heavies can't keep up with the medic's speed and agility. If you're close quarters with a heavy, circle strafe and keep the River of Needles trained on him. Next thing you know,
he will be dead before dessert.
Which is a real shame, because it's going to be delicious.
Also, something incredibly important, not just for a medic, but for all classes, especially soldier and demo, is learn to air strafe. Without a doubt, this has saved my life more than once. Know where the health kits are at all times. This one does not need explaining. If all else fails and you feel death is upon you, keep the enemy under pressure. Keep them panicked. 9 times out of 10, they'll slip up and give you a nanosecond opportunity to get yourself on your feet. Now, the last tip I have, which is something I still struggle with today, know everything about fall damage. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. My name is ArraySeven, and I hope these tips assist you in becoming the greatest combat medic ever. I wish you all luck.